Yo, what's up, everybody? This is 2 in a row. 2 weeks in a row with us. I think this is episode 11 total? 12?
11. I'm going to go with 11.
Yeah, let's go with 11. So that's good. All right.
Yeah.
So what's up, man?
Not much, dude. It's really cold here. It's like 5 degrees this morning. Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Here in America, we go by Fahrenheit. And it was 10 here with some fresh snow. But it's been that like really, really fine powdery stuff here, which is cool because I can just take the fucking battery operated leaf blower and blow off the shit in the morning real quick. So nice.
Yeah, it was like really heavy last week when it snowed. But yeah, it's been light here as well. Just very icy.
Yeah. It is very icy. It's very cold. Pittsburgh's normally like 7-ish degrees warmer than where you are. But it's been, if it was, well, it was 11 this morning. So that's 6 warmer than where you were at.
Really cold.
Yeah. It felt fucking awful. Just like you never warm up in the car. Just like, oh.
Start the car like 20 minutes before I go out.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah.
Brutal. But,
yeah, what have you been up to?
Yeah, we got dumped on with snow and ice and just been maintaining shit through that. Not a whole lot, man.
Hell yeah.
Pretty lame. It's like no man's land of January, you know, like the middle of January, like nothing's going on. No one's doing anything.
I don't like to do anything when it's this crappy out either.
Yeah. You come home, it's dark, it's 5 degrees. Like, dude, I'm just watching TV and being a fucking piece of shit, you know?
Just hanging, man.
Just hanging. Yeah. I mean, you know, whatever, playing with my pedals and bass and, you know, with the dogs and everything. But yeah, dude, like as far as fun shit or anything, nothing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's that time of year, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I guess there is a lot to talk about if you're into sports or whatever, but that's not what we do here. So,
yeah, I'm just like, oh, there must be a lot going on sports wise because my Instagram feed is nothing but it.
Yeah, exactly. So
people losing their minds, man.
Yeah, it's so not worth it. It's just so not worth it.
I'm not a group person, club. I don't want to be part of the club. It's not that I don't want to be. I just feel uncomfortable, I guess. But that is like big club thing. I don't know. I don't really. Just like, how do you devote that much emotion to a sport? I mean,
you have nothing to do with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like I
because I have fun
like,
playing sports.
Yeah, same.
But like,
and there is something cool like when there's like camaraderie and like, you know, everyone's like together rooting for the same thing. But like for some, I don't know, something happens for me when it's like professional stuff. Like these guys are just making so much money, and there's
that's what I mean. Everybody acts like they have money on it.
Yeah,
it's a religion.
There's 100 channels that cover it nonstop. All the radio stations talk about it, and it's just like, oh, I don't know. I'm not that into it, you know. Like I'd much rather get into college or like local fucking high school stuff than the main shit. But
no doubt,
whatever.
No doubt.
Yeah. Hey man, let them ruin their day if their team doesn't win, not mine. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do,
bud?
Yeah, bud. So
yeah, I really just hung out today after work. Went to the store. Ooh, I hear some ruin up there.
Uh-oh. Dogs are making noise. They're getting excited. Yeah. I mean, I think we've got like another month of just surviving, and then it's back to like, okay, like the weather it's not completely
Yeah.
dark all the time. You kind of get like your life back in a rhythm that's like
That's the thing,
normal,
man. It's like
you know?
driving in the dark when it's this icy is
Yeah.
just like, I'm
Well,
just like,
icy, and
man, the
then just
sun
like
is on my
also,
side. Like,
yeah, it's so like you just get fucking like lazy and tired, man. Like when you're on your way home from work and it's fucking
mm-hmm.
dark already, you're just like you're trying to think of like, what am I gonna do tonight? It's like, I don't fucking know, nothing.
Do I want to
Like
pull
you're gonna go
myself back out
shopping.
of the house? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, dude, once I get in that house, when I get home, like, good luck. good, good luck getting me to do
That's
anything.
funny.
Especially, it's like, I mean, we're all fucking musicians, so it's like, dude, if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna lock myself in a room and just fucking play
Yep.
guitar, or
Hell yeah.
whatever. So I guess there's more of that going on than usual. In the summer, it's almost the opposite. Like I'm in here after work and it's nice out, and I'm like, I'm gonna go
Yeah, I'm
out
gonna go
there
do something.
instead of sitting in here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt. I always like the winter for musical endeavors. It's
for sure.
always
Yeah.
hard for me in the summer. I'm like, oh. It's nice because when you're driving home from practice, it's usually just getting dark. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah. And that hits different when it's 8, 9
Yeah.
o'clock at night,
Yeah.
and you're like, it's that
Mm-hmm.
dusk hour kind of thing. You're like, dude, I just had a
Yep.
full
It hits
day
real hard.
of like, I probably did something outside. I've still got to play some fucking music. It's still kind of light out,
Yeah.
and I'm like, now getting home, it's still kind of light out. And like, now my night's starting, That's the shit right
Hell
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So now that we've covered how the sun works,
Science.
yeah, yeah. so last week we had some topics to bring up, and we didn't get to one, which is, speaking of sun, some sort of sunburst, which is your new
I know.
guitar.
I didn't buy equipment all year. I've been
Yeah.
putting all my purchasing into my screen printing endeavor. And I don't know, man. I was playing Les Pauls. I was telling you that, checking them out.
Mm-hmm.
And after we went to Guitar Center that time, I sent you a list of like
Yep. The
the
ultimate
ultimate
shopping
shopping
list.
list, the Les Paul list. First,
Yeah.
first fucking thing: mahogany neck and body. It's a big thing
Yep.
for me.
All right.
I mean, some
Okay.
people don't care, but I don't know. If I was gonna get something, it was gonna be what I wanted, right?
So is that from just like previous experience, like playing them?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
just
it's just
okay.
like the maple necked ones always have a different. So that goes into one of the other things. Uh, Back and neck paint job have to be a perfect match because it's like,
Yep.
to me,
Okay.
it's like, if I'm gonna spend that money on something that expensive, like, I don't want the fucking neck to be 5 shades lighter than the body. I don't know.
Yeah.
And like on
No, that
Fender
makes
guitars,
sense.
I don't give a shit, right? But it's
Yeah.
the fact that it's a set neck. Maple top, preferably flamed. I knew that I wanted it flamed, but some of the plain
Yeah.
tops I was playing was very, they were very intriguing. Binding on body and neck. That was just like, I don't know. I have a junior. I didn't want to. I wanted a
Yeah.
standard, man, because I have a
Yeah.
Epiphone custom, and like black is cool, but like, I don't know. When I think Les Paul, I think flamed maple top. You know?
Yeah. Same, man. I mean, it's funny how there's certain guitars that you're like, I want that in a sunburst. I want that in flamed whatever. I want that just black, right? Like to me, when I think of a
Yeah.
telly, it needs to be that like like Tom Petty's
Right.
guitar, blonde.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's yellow, but like they're fucking
Yeah.
blonde, Fender yellow, and with a maple fingerboard, like it just has to
Right.
be that. Like there's no other
Well,
one. And the
that
other
was the
ones are
thing. It
cool,
was
but
like when you're into like looking for a standard Les Paul, you
yeah.
either get like solid top or transparent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was really hard for me not to want a gold top. But then again, it comes back to the price, and it's like, if you're gonna pay that much, get what you want type thing. I don't know, like, and
Buy once,
so
cry once. Just have
in
it.
my
Yeah.
opinion, like, if you're gonna fucking pay that much money, you should be able to see some flame maple if you want, So the last two things on the list were, does it resonate unplugged? I do that with every guitar when I pick it up anyway. If it doesn't
Yeah.
feel okay unplugged, I don't even plug it in. Like, first thing I do. And then the last thing I sent you was, does it breathe fire and then go jazzy just by the selector switch and tone pots? So with that in mind, I was like, okay, maybe I'll get a Les Paul like for my birthday,
Yeah.
treat myself. So after Christmas, we went back to town. We were coming through Monroeville and we went to Guitar Center. I looked at the used room, didn't even ask to look at any of the Les Pauls. Like, it's just like chaos in there again. So I went to
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where last week's episode stemmed from, is like you shopping for this and me doing other shit and just being like, what the fuck is going on here?
So that was the thing. I was like, okay, like, weight is a thing too. I don't want to fucking boat anchor.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I was like,
because those things can get 100%. Heavy.
So I was just like, all right, well, for my birthday, I'll get something from Sweetwater. I can pick all the variables, the weight, what the top looks like. Cool. So we leave Guitar Center and go to Music Around. And
dangerous place.
Very dangerous.
There she is, dude.
It's pretty hot. The red back.
Yeah, man. It's the list.
It's everything on the list. And it was like secondhand, right? It's a 22.
Yeah.
So it's only a year old.
Man, can you imagine buying that new and already getting
I know,
rid of it?
that was the thing. Jess is like, why did somebody get rid of this? I'm like, they probably traded it in, or like, there's a bunch of dudes. There's a bunch of dudes. I told her this too. There's a ton of dudes in Pittsburgh that are like your age, a little bit older. You can tell maybe their kids are gone out of the house, or they just have a lot of extra money. And it's like every time a new model comes out, it's like a week later, it's like on Marketplace or whatever. Just bought it to check it out. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know. But anyway, there's only, good for us. Fuck yeah. I got this thing for a really good price compared to new. There's only one little mark on it. And it's barely, I would say it's the size of a pen tip.
It's nothing, man. Plus, it's out of the way.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about putting the first ding in it.
But I don't know, man.
You know what I mean?
It's a 60s standard.
Okay.
I was looking at the 50s ones because that's what I usually go for in a telly neck, or like my junior has a big fat baseball neck on it. But I picked it up and it's a nice handful. I'm like, this is very comfortable. I don't know. I bonded with it.
What did you plug it into there?
A deluxe, the same amp that I have.
Ooh, excuse me. Oh, they just had one.
They had the same amp
around
that I have there. I just plugged in and let it rip. Played for like 20 minutes. And I was like, I don't know. It's really nice, but I'm not ready for it yet. And Jess was just like, let's just get it. I'm like, all right, yeah. And she's like, well, I don't want you to get it if you don't like it. I'm like, no, I really like it, and it's a really good price. Like, So we got it, man.
Dude, sometimes you do need just that push, right? Like we restrict ourselves so much. I think you and me, like,
super like, I always think like I have so much gear, I don't want to add to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But she thinks the opposite. She's like, just go for it, man. Get what you like. You know?
Yeah.
You don't buy shit for yourself.
Dude, that's
like,
so. Yeah, it's so nice to have that, like, because I'll do both ways. Like sometimes I'll just be so compulsive, and she'll be like, "Are you sure?" And then, like, I think they just know, like, when we're fucking up, right? Like, and like, because you kind of mentioned you wanted like all this other stuff, and that's not any of those things, and I'll be like, "Fuck, you're right. I don't even know. This is just here." This is just the thing that's here, and it's kind of cool, and it's
that's
like,
the thing
right,
that was,
but that's definitely not what I
cracking
came
me
in
up
here
though,
for.
man. Was I've been looking for an
Yeah, and then
acoustic
when
all year, and just because there's
Yeah.
no good acoustic places. Well, I take that back. When I went to the pianos and stuff, that acoustic room was awesome, and the guy's really cool. But I was not interested in it at that point.
My favorite thing about that guy is every time he grabs a guitar so like that place, you're not allowed to touch stuff, right? So they have to get it off the wall for you. And every time he does, and he checks to see if it's in tune, he like, goes through the strings, and then he'll play like whatever fucking chord. And every single time he'll hand it to you and be like, comes with that chord.
It's his trademark,
like,
man.
It's his, and like, I've been there. Yeah, I have been there where someone is trying, like, hey, I want to see the difference between each of the body styles of Taylor's or whatever, right? So like they're gonna play fucking 6 guitars, and he does it for all 6 of them. You're just like, yeah, I know. Does it come with that one too?
That's the shit.
Does it come with any others? Like, but it's like he does it so much that it's like eventually it's funny, and then it gets weird, and then he keeps doing it, and then it's funny again. Like he's dedicated to that joke.
That was the thing. The dude at Music Go Round knew. He was like, oh, this kid likes this guitar, right? I was just like, all right, throw it on the bench, open up that truss rod cover, let me look at it,
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, no problem. He's super cool. But yeah, that was kind of the thing, was like, she's like, well, you like it a lot. It does all the things on the list, and it's inexpensive compared to a new one. Not inexpensive, but like,
but
significantly
compared to
less,
a brand new one.
I'm like,
yeah. What are we doing here?
Just like, what's the difference between right now and May? I'm like, wow. All right, cool. Let's just give it a message. Yeah,
it's here now. It might not be in May.
Somebody would have snagged it. I mean, the top is
sure.
crazy on it. Like,
yeah, it looks so sweet, man. I can't wait to see it. You gonna bring it down if we jam soon?
For sure.
Sick.
Hells yeah. But yeah, man, it's been fun to play it. I don't know. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, I play the 335, right? But like, I do that because it's nice and light, and like, if it breaks, it breaks. Like, it would suck, it dies. For sure. If it died, but it's a brand new guitar that like I can buy anywhere. It's an Epiphone, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like, and not saying it's not special, but like, sometimes you just have to like have an instrument like that you're just like, this is just a tool. This is just a thing. This is the thing that I'm using right now. And
guitar. Like,
exactly.
I think it'd feel weird not to play one with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just does all the things I need it to. It's reliable as fuck.
Yeah. It sounds awesome. It's reliable as fuck.
But
I mean, it has that sweet spot of like,
that's the thing though. It's when I record with it, I can like hear, because it's semi-hollow, you can just kind of hear certain things that like I like when it's plugged into a loud amp, like the overtones and stuff. But I don't really know if I like that when So I was like, I want to get a good Les
Well,
Paul because the one I have is all original, but it like the fucking electronics suck on it. And like I like it, but the neck is super thin, right? So it's like I need
mhm.
another like legit Les Paul. And then I was like, I don't know. Epiphones are fucking getting expensive, man. They're like
Yeah,
almost
man. You're getting
$1,000.
like the Squire
Right. It's
tax.
like almost like $1,000 for a good one. And then I was like,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not going to be gigging with this thing. Like, I'm just going to get a Gibson. It's going to hold the value way better. Like, 100%
100%. Yeah.
better.
Yeah, and then, when you do want to record or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like this is
Hmm.
the thing that you
Yeah.
grab to
And it
do that,
does.
right? Like you can take that anywhere, no one's going to be like, "You sure about
Yeah.
that one?" Like, no, dude, they're going to be like, if you are looking for the fucking Les Paul sound, you're going to pull that out and be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah,
Here we
this is it.
go.
Here you go.
This
Let's
does
fucking
the
do it."
sound. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome,
very
man.
excited. I know.
So how has that changed? Like, let's say you're gonna play that thing, like, are you looking at your pedals different, your amp different?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
are
that's
you
kind of the thing is, I don't know. Even when I play the Telly or the 335, like, I realized that I don't really use my pedals that much. It's always like a certain sound. And I've always used
yeah.
the volume knob to clean it up a little bit. But like that thing does it super well. Like
Okay.
I can go from a nice jazzy warm tone on the neck and I can have the bridge pickup set up to where it sounds like a Les Paul when you think, that
Yeah.
overdriven thing. I don't know. So there's a ton of different tonal options out of it. Like a ton.
Okay.
Uh I don't know. People just kind of plug them in and turn all the knobs up all the way and go. But there's a lot of sound in between 0 and 10 on the knobs. I don't know. But
For
yeah, it
sure,
definitely
man.
makes me look at that stuff a little differently. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, how many people plug that into like a
Right.
Marshall? No pedals, maybe, I guess
Well, and that's kind of the thing, right?
a tube
Yeah.
screamer or something,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Right.
Like, here's Guns N'
Right.
Roses fucking first couple
My
albums,
favorite thing is like
that into that.
the Allman Brothers band. They played Les Pauls. You wouldn't think that
Yeah.
unless you know the band, right? Like you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
probably a Telecaster or a Strat or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
the later stuff that everybody knows from the radio. If you listen to the early stuff with Dwayne Allman, it's like straight up blues rock fusion. I don't know. You can tell it's a Les Paul fucking screaming at you with a slide,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but like that Jessica song or like any, Ramblin' Man, not very Les Paul as we think of it, right? But it's because of the knobs,
Yeah.
man. You can get tons of tones out of it.
Yeah. And I think back then too, man, like, you kind of just had
Yeah,
a guitar, and you took that everywhere and it had to
right.
do everything. That's why so many people fucking stuck with those things.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, we weren't spoiled like we are now, where you can literally just have a
Yeah,
Telecaster or whatever, and you can have you know, a whatever the fuck in a box pedal and totally change it for, $100 or
yeah,
something for a pedal. You
no
know,
doubt. So I don't know.
that's cool, man. I'm
Yeah,
stoked, dude. I
I've
can't
been
wait to
wanting to
hear
get
that
rid of
thing.
some pedals and shit. Like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clean up a
clean
little bit.
clean house a little bit for sure.
Yeah. Same.
I don't know. Like the black Les Paul. I don't.
It's on the
I think
chopping
so,
block.
man. I like it, and like it was my first Les Paul or whatever that I bonded with. Guitar that made me move in that direction of like lead playing and
Yeah.
stuff. But I don't know, man. It
Yeah.
just seems like a shit. It's a good guitar, really good guitar. I mean, somebody put electronics in it, it would fucking be the shit. And it sounds good
Yeah. I mean,
now, but
someone's
like they're getting microphonic and like I don't know, they're Korean
okay.
pickups from 1989. Like I sweat right through them. Like they're not good quality. Like the guitar is, the build quality is great, but like the electronics are like, I don't know, the pots are like a quarter the size of what they normally should be. It's just super cheap Korean shit from the 80s, but
Well, yeah, that's the thing, man, is like, you know, you just go through phases where like that was what you needed at
yeah.
the time. And now it's like, you start looking at stuff like, I have a better version of that now. And it's like, do I need a cheaper
Yeah.
version of that? Like, do I need it to take it somewhere and do something with it that I don't want to bring this one? And sometimes that answer is
Mhm.
yes. And you're like, all right, well, then
Right.
it stays. But like, if it's
I got the
like,
335.
you, yeah,
The
exactly.
335
You know,
replaced
that's
the
what
Black
kind of,
Les Paul. And it was just because I was like,
yeah.
ooh, I can get a fucking flame top, like 335.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. You know? Or I would have just bought a Les Paul. But it's always been the thing with the black one is like, I don't know, my hands are so big and the neck is really bladey. It's super easy to play. I don't know. I just moved on from it, but it came kind of full circle. It's like I have the Strat and the Telly, the Fender sounds, and the P90 and the Junior. And like, I don't know. I like all of them, but they all have a certain purpose. And I feel
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like,
They've all
yeah,
got their own voice.
I don't know.
Oh, dude, I get it, man. I mean, the nice thing about bass is like you kind of only have a couple
Yeah,
configurations you need really to do
yeah,
everything, right? You know, it doesn't vary so much between like there's just like so many more iconic guitars that do so much different stuff than there is
right.
basses that do different stuff, like, you know, and like subtract whatever 4 or 5 string out of it, right? Like you can have a 5 string of anything, but like it's a P bass, a jazz bass,
Yeah,
right? And like brand doesn't
right.
fucking matter. P-shaped object, jazz-shaped
Yeah.
object, and you know, you need an like probably an active bass, like a
Hmm.
Stingray or something.
Those are the sounds.
You're like,
Yeah,
that's kind of it,
yeah,
right? You know, like unless you're doing something really weird, like, you know, if you're like doing R&B and like, you know, top 40 stuff, like you probably need a hot active jazz bass or something, right? Like, you know, if you're like
yeah.
whatever playing in, you know, top 40 stuff, but anything other than that and you're just like getting
Right.
spoiled then. You know, like I don't know, what do you, maybe you play a
Yeah.
Thunderbird? You a weird guy and you play a Thunderbird?
Good for
Cool, good for
you.
you. Like no one
Have
needs
fun
that. You know
being
what I mean?
uncomfortable the whole set.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck in Neck Dive
Well, I
City,
don't know,
you
man. I
know?
always like, I don't know. Since I started playing guitar again, I've always had humbucker ones. And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, I want to try the Fender guitars, right? And then that when I got into like country playing, that's the thing.
Yeah.
People don't
Chicken picking.
fucking that don't know me well are like, what are you talking about? But yeah, that's what I like to
Yeah.
play at home is like country licks, and it's like
Yeah.
oh, Telecaster, Lust, you know. So I got a Telly,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just bought the Strat randomly from a. It was like a Guitar Safari type thing. That was a good time. I have it right here.
Oh yeah, that thing's sick, dude. And you got that. You
Yeah,
stole
on my
that.
30th birthday, I got this 70s Premier branded Japanese Strat. It's like a Greco branded or Bernie rather. Uh,
Yeah.
check that out. I know,
Sick.
but I got this a with the original case, bridge cover, whammy bar,
Yeah.
and a little shitty practice amp that didn't work. But what I really wanted was in the back of the practice amp. All right, so go back a year from my 30th birthday. I'm at work
Okay.
and I'm delivering fucking paint to an auto body shop. And I walk in the
Okay.
back and it's just like chaos. And out front there's a train store. It's on Broad Street.
Okay.
Uh
All right.
I like walk into the office and there's a bunch of old acoustic guitars sitting around. And I was chatting up the old guy. I'm like, "Oh, you play?" He's like, "Oh, I just collect things and I traded some trains or instruments or whatever." And I'm like, "That's cool." He's like trying to get me to buy these shitty old acoustics, and I'm like, "No thanks, man." Like,
Nope.
he's like, "Oh, I do have an electric in the back," and he like shows me and moves all these fucking boxes, and they're like at the bottom of a pile, you know, and it's that the Strat in a case. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And there's an old MXR sticker on it from like the 70s. I'm like, "Whoa, that's cool."
Yep.
So I look at the amp and I look in the back of the amp and there's a fucking 70s MXR Distortion Plus in the box still in the back of the amp, just sitting in
on the
there. And
back
I'm
of
like,
that little amp.
"Oh my God."
Yeah.
I got all boned up over it, you know, as you would, just
Yeah.
finding this randomly during the day at work, not expecting it. So I leave and then I don't say anything to him. I'm like, "That's cool, man." So then like that whole year, anytime a driver would go over there, that was the thing. I wasn't a driver. I don't usually make deliveries. I just was helping out
Yeah.
randomly
Yeah.
and I stopped in. So that whole year, if a driver went there, they're like, "Yeah, that old guy was saying, tell that boy to come over here and buy this guitar." So we're like, he
Dude,
was
he was
heckling, trying to get me
heckling.
to buy it, right? So I'm like, whatever. Me and Jess, it was my 30th birthday. I took off and we were in town, like getting dinner or lunch or whatever. We were heading home and like we go around the corner on Broad Street and there's a train shop and I'm like, "Oh shit." I fucking pull in real quick and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I think I can go score a guitar real fast."
I got to go buy this guitar from the train shop, body shop
Yeah.
place.
She's like, "What?"
She's just like, is this drugs?
Yeah,
What the fuck are
exactly.
you doing, man?
So I go in and I'm like, "Hey man, you know, I'm off today. I figured I'd stop over finally." He's like, "Oh yeah, if you want to buy it, you have to take everything." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. That was going to be
Right,
my
right.
deal anyways. Good for you.
So he's like, "I don't know. The guy I got it from said that box in the back is probably worth more than everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't really know, man." Meanwhile, I had a fucking JHS pedal shirt on. And like before I went in, I zipped up my fucking hoodie and I was like, "I
Yeah.
don't know much about those pedals, man, but I
Yeah.
was like, I
I don't
really
know what
want the
those are.
guitar, you know?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, uh, $250." And I'm like, "You know, man, I mean, that's cool. It's not a Fender though. So how about like, I'll go down to the bank, I'll get 175 out and I'll give it to you for everything." He's like, "Sure, man, sure." So yeah, I got that and the Distortion Plus for $175. I went online
Yeah.
and looked at these tuners. They're like not Schaller, but I don't know what the brand is. It has like a little, anyway, the tuners from the 70s just for the set were going for like 185 on eBay. Yeah, so I made
Jeez.
out.
You sure did, man. I remember you sending me
I
pictures of
dropped
that
lace
thing.
sensors in it because the
Yep.
electronics were dog shit, like in the black Les Paul.
Yeah. I mean, you still got them
Yeah,
too. So,
yeah, I still got it right. But yeah,
yeah. I mean, you got to do something like that to like have it
right.
play
All of the stuff I've been recording with Jess's music project has been on that thing. Yeah,
on that thing.
because it's nice and
Nice.
quiet and like does all the quacky like country
Yeah.
things and you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's, I don't know, those guitars can fucking make any noise you want them
Yeah,
to,
I
really.
have
Like,
no idea
you can finesse
how we
them
got
so
to
well.
that, but oh, we were just talking about picking guitars up, right? Yeah, and I'm like not a
Yeah.
Strat
Yeah.
person, but it's really grown on me.
Yeah. I've bought and sold probably 3 Strats of my own. And like, I just need
Right.
a guitar here sometimes for like, stuff once in a while. And like every once in a while, I'll just look at one and it's like,
Yeah.
that one's
Yeah, that
cool.
telly you got's
And you're
awesome.
like, what? Well, yeah, I got rid of a
Does it
Strat to
need
get
set
that
up,
telly.
by the way?
That thing was
I'll set it up for you.
no,
Still
it's
good? Yeah.
fine.
I figured it's been in
Yeah.
your office.
Yeah. That thing is a Fernandez.
Yeah,
Kind of
that's
the
who
same
makes
thing, man.
this.
Like
Bernie
I know.
Fernandez. Yeah.
Same company.
Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, whatever. Like, I could care less. Like, it does not have a Strat, or I mean, a
Headstock.
Tele
Oh, wow.
headstock. You know.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It does the thing.
Yeah, it does the thing, man. Like, if I was gonna be playing guitar and like give a shit, I guess
you'd
maybe
care. Yeah.
it would be like, maybe I don't take the $75 one.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I actually go get like a decent one. But to sit around here, like, dude, it's so perfect. And it fucking rips, man. That thing sounds great. I have no clue what's in it, pickups or whatever. I mean, it's whatever the fuck came with it, I'm sure. But yeah, as far as I can tell, like, tracing the serial numbers for that thing is almost impossible. So
this thing doesn't even have a serial number.
So
that's the thing. You can tell it's so it's branded Premier. So it's like a shop would,
they put 80 different stickers
and a
on
shop
them,
in America would buy them back in the day. This is like a proper lawsuit guitar, man. Look, it even has.
Let me grab this thing.
It even has the 3-bolt Fender style and the freaking like bullet truss rod thing.
So that's the weird headstock, but like,
hell yeah.
You know, and they were like, "Oh, it's like a part caster," and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is like just a Fernandez guitar.
Yeah,
but you know, I'm not gonna argue with the guy for $75. I was just like, cool. Plugged it in. I'm like, yeah, it works. We're good. Awesome. I'll take it.
But yeah, man, guitars kind of do their own thing. I just have wanted to get a good Les Paul, and I'm glad that I finally have. It's been nice.
No, that's awesome, man.
Because like, well, that's the thing. We have an SG here, but like, her dad gave it to her, and like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
that's her guitar.
Yeah,
like, I don't know
exactly. Yeah, and again, it's like, that's cool to have around if you really needed it for something.
Sure. Well, that's the thing. She like says play it, but like, you know, I don't want to take her.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I like SGs. I've owned a couple, but I don't know. It's her guitar.
I feel like the SG was like, it had its moment, and then it like something, you know, like it got like, I don't know, it had a bad PR agent, or it did some shitty marketing or something. Like, if it was a brand, you know, by itself, like something happened to SGs. I don't know what I mean, like, was it 10 years ago? Was it 15 years ago? Like, dude, they were cool up until then, and then they just fucking disappeared, man.
I remember.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're good. They're just like,
but yeah, they're fucking.
You got to
awesome
get one
guitars.
that doesn't neck dive. That's where I think people get turned off. That's true. But they're awesome. They're nice and light.
Oh yeah, super light. Nothing to them, man.
So,
and you can throw pretty much any. What do you want to put in it? P90 is cool. They fucking sound great. Invaders sounds great. Whatever came with it probably sounds great.
Yeah, it does the thing for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been but yeah, back to the chopping block. I just think I have some shit that needs played and that would get more use in someone else's possession.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of going through the same thing. Like, I don't have any real guitars or basses that are on a chopping block. Like, everything I have is either like so cheap and like finicky and weird that like I'm just not going to pass that along to someone. You know what I mean? Like, I have a really dirt cheap Squire P bass here that just has flats on it all the time. It just kind of lives up here. I mean, I put quarter pounder, like Seymour Duncan quarter pounders in it. It's like, if it sounds awesome, but the truss rod is like totally destroyed, completely stripped out of it. Like, it cannot be tweaked ever again. So like, I'm just in this, if it goes too bad, like, it's just worthless, and I've got to put a new neck on it or something, right? Which is fine. Like, eventually I'll find a neck that will be like, cool, that's going to be the backup for whenever that thing does something weird. But like, I'm not selling that to anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not giving that. And then the rest of the stuff I have is like I've only got like 3 like decent basses, and a jazz bass, a P bass, and a Music Man. It's like I'm keeping those, you know.
Yeah.
So, but like
that's
pedals,
really
I'm
what I'm
looking at
talking about.
now,
Is
like
pedals and amps and shit. Like
yeah, when I have 3 of the same thing, just like different circuits, brands, you know, and it's like just pick one,
Speaking
dude.
of,
You know,
you got some mail today, huh?
I got some mail today,
let's get
dude.
into that.
Speaking of circuits, yeah. Well, this is going to be the first chopping block right here. But yeah, I got an IKEA pedal in the mail.
Hell yeah.
So, well, me and you were texting when these came out, when they released it's a NOTAKLON, right? And we were texting back and forth, and it was like, you'd almost have to be an idiot not to buy that, right? Like, we're both like, are you, like, you're getting one, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably definitely get one. Are you getting one? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna get one.
That's the other piece of music equipment that I bought this year. Is that, and it was a Christmas present
for $100. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, and you get to put it together and whatever. So like, of course, I was like jumped all over that. It's like got me written all over. Like I can put it together, and it's like its own little thing. Like that's so cool. So now I'm sitting here with 3 Klon circuits. 2 of them are specific to bass, and then the JHS one isn't. But like, you know, it's like, why do I need 3 of these things? So this is where it's going to start. We're going to do a little blind. We're going to see if Andrew can pick out which one is which here. Shortly. So you've heard all 3, and you know what they are.
Let me see if I can pick them out.
So yeah. All right. So here's nothing, right? And
that's 1.
So that's 1. Here's 2.
Do 1 again.
Oh, that volume's got to come down. That one's louder. Hold on.
Okay. Sorry.
And 3.
Okay. I'm gonna say 3 is. Wait, what's the brand again? What are the brands? Not the JHS NOTAKLON, Bass Soul Food.
JHS NOTAKLON, Bass Soul Food, and then the company is called Fox Pedal, and the pedal itself is called.
Okay, so the Kill Face is number 3, right? It's more full sound.
Yeah. Dude, it's so dark. Yeah, and I, off camera or well, not off camera, but off of recording, I told you I have the tone or treble as cranked on this thing as it'll go, and this is as bright as it gets. These other ones, the treble is at like 11 o'clock.
Play through 1 and 2 again. Play that little riff that you were doing.
All right. 2.
Two is the Bass Soul Food, isn't it? No. Damn.
2 is the NOTAKLON. Yeah. They're so. Let me try and hit this and like.
There's not much audible difference between my headphones.
Yeah, I mean you can tell, but like, it's kind of that thing. Like if both of these weren't $100, like these are both $100. I'm like, here's the thing: the Bass Soul Food like does have a blend on it, so like for bass, technically, like I can get more tones out of the
Yeah.
bass soul food, right? Technically. But I mean, for not being a bass pedal, like the NOTAKLON fucking rips, dude. And there's also like there's that other mod in here where you can kick up the gain a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I think this one's staying for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude. The whole building of it thing is like super fun and interesting. Like, I mean, as far as like building a pedal, like it, dude, you literally like you screw in the knobs like into the case and you click in like one like wire that goes into a circuit into
That's
the
awesome.
other one. You know what I mean? There's no nothing as far as like soldering or whatever. And you break the board apart and that's kind of like a thing on its own. But yeah, it's just super cool, man. What a like fun
I know
idea.
mine should be here soon. It was in the same batch, but they also said that it would ship at the beginning of January. And we're like,
yeah, I mean,
17 days in and you got it. Which I don't
we
give
ordered
a shit.
not
Right?
too far apart. Yeah.
I understand that they weren't planning on selling that many and everybody went wild.
I think, yours probably
ours was in the same batch. Mine was just on the back half. But I only ordered it like
exactly, yeah.
I don't know, 8 hours after you did or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I ordered mine like that night or something,
And then
like
I ordered
late,
in the morning.
and you ordered it first thing in the morning, like a couple hundred or whatever off of each other. But yeah, I mean that's still like yours will be here, I'm sure soon.
For sure.
So that's
I
pretty
told
sweet.
Jess, and she's like, "What the hell? Where's ours at?" Like she's excited to do it. I'm like, I know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put a image on mine. I think on the case. Was anything on the case when it came?
Yeah,
I just mean like, was anything bolted onto it, or was it just an enclosure? No. Sick.
Yep. Yeah. Everything. So there's just the holes pre-drilled, pre-cut out for everything, and then you just like you slide everything up into it. So before you do anything, you can paint it, do whatever you want, man. And it's also like nothing's attached in here that isn't like it's all being held into place by like the volume, treble, and gain knob and the foot switch. And then there's like these bolts that go into the input jacks in the back of it. So like I could take mine apart in I don't know a couple minutes or something, and it would be just because I think I might do something with mine too. So, dude, it sounds good.
That's
for $100, man, in a Klon, like
that's awesome.
Get out of here. Like,
I mean,
this is gonna be like this is a pedal that's like sticks around because it's like a cool thing,
and you build it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah,
it's like a Lego.
The Fox, the Fox pedal kill face. Like it, I'm never gonna need that again. Like, yeah, exactly. It's such a good utility pedal. Like, so these two are staying and one of them's going, right?
Oh yeah,
done deal.
I have your ABY selector here still. Yeah, I never used it.
Oh,
I was gonna plug 2 amps together, and I just never got around to it. That's mine.
All right.
Sorry, I just saw it.
Fair enough.
Reminded myself.
So yeah, clearly I'm not missing it. I mean, dude, I got pedals like just laying on my desk here, like a little fella, right? Like,
hell yeah,
that's cool. Dual purpose, sounds awesome on bass, and when I play guitar, I ripped apart my guitar pedal board to put the clones on here, so like that's what came off of it. So like this is my normally like you do the Morning Glory always on. Like this is kind of the always on overdrive when I play guitar. So like that's sticking around, right? And then like custom painted pedals,
the patch
dude,
pedal.
like the patch pedal.
It's like, there we go, right there. Yeah, look at that beast. What a good boy.
Yeah, dude.
Look at him.
Like everything in here is like what I wanted, right? Like the pedals inside of it, like everything is just like so custom that like this is not
Right.
going anywhere. Which this is if anyone's interested, like Fuzzerocious, you can just email him and his wife will work on like custom paint jobs for you. Like you can like
I mean,
tweak
tell them who
circuits,
that is.
like
That's your
pretty
dog,
much.
Patch.
Yeah, this is my old pup Patches, and like he's so cool about like, well, what do you like? I was very much like, hey, dude, here's like some sounds I want, blah blah blah. Like, what do you think? I was like, I kind of want one big pedal that would be like, if I had to get rid of everything and keep this, like, I need like an overdrive slash distortion that will do, everything. And then just like a fucking
Right.
fuzz, right? Or a muff, like just something that's like
Yeah.
gnarly as shit. So like, what do you want in? Like, what can I put in there? And he's like, oh, dude, so this is like their version
Mm-hmm.
of a rat. They used to call them the rat tail. Now they're
Okay.
the cat tail. So this is the cat tail circuit with a clean blend, and then three different switches. So it's like silicone, and then I guess I forget what the other one is, like maybe LED or something, and then off. So like three different clipping options, and then the other side of it's their gnarly fuzz. I think they call it the
Oh,
helitropic,
yeah.
and it's fucking brutal. But it also does that like smooth, creamy thing if you really
Yeah.
like dial it back. So like that stuff sticking around, and then like super
Hell yeah.
weird shit, you know. So, but everything else is on the chopping block. There's a whole
Well,
shelf
that's
of
the
them
thing
back
is
there
I have a
behind me. You
couple
can't see.
JHS pedals, and I'm like, I'm I'm done with these. I think, like,
Yeah,
I'm done
yeah,
with these. I don't. They're just sitting here in the box. Like, that's where with the OCD thing, it's like, I I do with pedals. It's nice because people will buy them pretty willy nilly because I still have all the packaging and shit. They're like, oh, this guy
yeah,
actually
yeah.
takes care of his
All the
stuff.
boxes and all the. Yep. The pedal comes out. For me, the pedal comes out and either like goes on a board or goes into like
Yep.
testing, right? Wherever it's going to live. And the box goes in a bigger box that lives in the
Yep.
closet right there. And they're all there. So like, unless I bought it used
Right.
somewhere or something, like, trust me, like we've got the box for all this
Yep.
stuff, which is kind of lame for the NOTAKLON because the
Yeah, it
box
is
is
big.
huge.
I remember you
So
showing me.
like, I guess I got to keep all that stuff. I don't know. How does that work? I guess I just don't get
Yeah,
rid of this one.
keep it.
Fuck it. I'll throw that box
You
away, and
can.
therefore I can never get rid of it.
Oh man.
But I'll let you get it. But like, it comes with some pretty good candy. It comes with the pick
Mm-hmm.
and a pin, and then some like stickers and
Sick.
stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So yeah, dude, I gotta see if this is gonna like make its way to the new board, because we got it's
I know.
2024, dude. You got to
I
do a new
know.
board.
I've
You
been.
know,
Oh,
I
I
think both
do.
of us.
I definitely need to.
Yeah,
I don't know.
dude. All right. If anybody wants to see this, we could do a podcast, but like pretty much like we'll do the audio, like we'll
Yeah.
mic ourselves up and film, and we can like we'll be together hanging out, and we can build
Okay.
a board, like, or build both of
Yeah.
ours. Like we'll just put all the pedals. Like, all right, here's all Andrew's pedals. Like, what are we
Well, that's
doing?
kind of the thing is, I'm like, what amp do I want to use? Like that.
Yeah,
That's really where it
exactly.
stems. Because if I want to use
Yeah.
the PV, that Mississippi Marshall, man.
You
If I want to use that, it's like
that hot rod. That
it
thing's hotted
is.
up,
It
brother.
really is. But I don't know if I want to use
Damn.
that or the Fender
Yeah.
still. I like the convenience of the
Yeah.
combo, right? But
Dude, I love that
I
combo
do
so
too.
much.
But I'm just like fucking just playing distortion through it 90% of the time. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could get
Exactly.
away with just the fucking Klon and a delay into the Marshall and nothing would really change sonically for me. I got rid
Yeah.
of my chorus pedal.
I know.
Yeah,
the
Julia,
right?
Yep.
Juliana, that's right.
Got rid of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic chorus pedal, but like we don't do shoegaze, we don't cover fucking Pink Floyd, you know, and like I don't think you're doing a lot of that stuff on your own either,
Flechette,
right?
like
So
I was trying to use effects, but there's no room, right?
man.
You almost have to. I don't know. So yeah, I don't think I'm really into that type of. I don't know. I love pedals. I have a lot of them, but like, I just came to the realization that I don't need all of them that I have.
Yeah. We'll link our reverb stores in the
seriously
description below. I'm just kidding. We don't have reverb stores. Unless we do.
I don't.
Then they'll be down there. No. Yeah, dude, I'm in the same boat because I switched all that Ampeg stuff out with that orange stuff, and it has that. Both of them have that growl that I want in them. So then I'm throwing
more on top.
2 pedals into it because that's what I used to have to do with my Ampeg stuff to get an Ampeg sound. Like it's so ridiculous. Those orange ones just fucking do it. So I mean, half of that board can be gone just to get my no pun intended, my baseline bass tone, right? Like where I want that to live is like, I mean, you know me, dude, like it's pretty dirty to begin with. Like, and that's because I mean, that's just what we do, right? Like I love that fucking sound. I want it to cut through, right? And that just leaves room for like other shit, man, you know, like experimental stuff or, you know, whatever. So yeah, I think it's time to rethink that. And yeah, well, maybe we'll make that one of our videos or do something around based around that.
Mine can use a refresher.
Sounds
and yours
good,
can
dude.
Use a refresher.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I've like realistically, like mine has been, dude, no joke, 99% the same from when I built this. It like got this new pedal board itself and put pedals on it. The only thing that I've like moved around is the fuzz pedal. And like I've always messed with that. Well, I mean the fuzz pedal, and then I went back and forth between 2 different like other distortion pedals, but the one that was on there at the very beginning, the one we recorded with, like that's back on there. That's where that lives. And I've went through some different fuzzes, but like I'm pretty impressed that like I haven't fucked with it way more.
Me too.
You know?
Me too.
Cause I could be fucking with it.
Mine really changed from the time I mean,
well, you had a decent pedal board, and then one day you brought down your fucking the fucking the wah wah.
I was like,
and I was like,
well, that was the thing. I was very hesitant about it. I brought it in the box,
and it didn't go on the board. It was adjacent. You're like, nah, I'm not putting it on it. I'm just gonna use it. And every time I'd look over at you, you'd be fucking stomping on that thing. And I'm like, dude, just put it on the board, man. Just commit to it. And then I think we went a little crazy with it. And then you're like, all right, I got to dial this back.
For sure. I don't know.
It's fucking fun, man.
Every show that we played, when I had it on, I used it. Because it was just like,
I know. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm going to use it. Dude, I mean, we don't have a second guitar player, right? So like, it's just a cool way for you to like change it up, do something different, man. Because you wrote a lot of those songs have like, they're not guitar. Well, there are guitar solos, but like, there's a lot of just like, we're just jamming shit, you know? And it's definitely a way to like make every show a little different and spice that up, which I think is fucking cool, man. I love that shit. Fucking play, dude. That's what we're here to do. You know, if people want to hear it note for note, like, that's not us. We're going to fuck around. So,
hell yeah. You want to?
All right, dude. Yeah. Hold on. Wait a minute.
And now for your weekly Dog Minute update.
All right.
We'll start with the Pittsburgh Hounds. How are they?
The Pittsburgh Hounds are good, man. Finney, this is our first experience with him in cold weather in the snow. And he's like a little shaky dog sometimes. And we thought like, oh boy, we're gonna have to like get him a fucking sweater and a little coat or something. No, dude, straight out there rolling around in it, going crazy. Like he's like he does the like rips the yard apart every time he takes a pee or a poop type of dog, you know, like he's flinging his stuff everywhere. Dude, he was like a little snowblower out there, just fucking boom, 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 just spraying snow everywhere. So they're fucking good, man. Nico attacked me the other day. We were cuddling in bed. I was sleeping in on the weekend and I rolled over on him and he fucking got all mad at me. He bit me, but like there's no like they're both cattle dogs. They nip. That's their fucking language. And Brittany says that they've been having trouble on walks together where they've been like trying to fucking pee on this same thing at the same time and end up fucking pissing all over each other, which is super annoying because you're just like, what the fuck are you guys doing, dude? And Nico's so big and Finney's so small that if it's like one way, like, dude, he's just getting dumped on. Yeah, but the other way is like normally Finney's trying to pee and then Nico's sniffing at it, so he puts his head like right in the stream, man. So that's my dog update.
Mine's about the same.
Okay.
The Johnstown Hounds are Cooper is part husky, so he's been dude,
he loves the snow, loves the cold.
I'm like, hey, you've been outside for like an hour. Are you ready to come in? He just like looks at me like laying in the snow. I'm like, aren't your paws or nose cold? He's just like, Dad, I'm in my element. Willow is not into it. She looks outside. It'll be like morning time and Coop will go out and I'll hear her coming down the stairs. I like open the door for her and she'll like peek out and then like look up at me and just turn around and go back upstairs. I'm like, all right, see you later. She's just like not having it.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, so funny, I've been pretty good this week though.
Sweet. No more dew claw issues. Okay. So no zoomy accidents. That's good. Good to hear.
Coop pulled Jess down on one of the icy mornings. Oh, I know. He's got that like no pull harness, like head collar harness thing.
Yeah, it like tweaks their head when they yank on it.
Dude, he is such a beast. He's like, you know.
Yeah. He's probably just building up his neck muscles so that thing like won't move him.
Well, I don't know, but he pulled her down in the alleyway. I felt bad. Not terrible. She's not like super bruised or anything, but
okay. Was it like bad, but you guys kind of fucking laugh about it now?
Well,
or maybe I not wasn't quite there yet.
She just took him one morning, and I don't know. She says it wasn't too bad, but I don't know. I've been pulled down by him before. It's jarring.
It's not yet. It's not fun. Fuck. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Well, good, man. All right. Shit, dude. That's it, man. Right. Spend an hour. I got nothing else, dude.
Gear. It was awesome. Gear centric.
Yeah. Well,
I know. I like it.
You know.
I really think that's what we.
Well, I mean, that's like our thing, dude. Like we're both equally nerds about this stuff, but like, I don't know. I think it's cool. Like doing some more like blind tests for you or something moving forward would be fun. It's so easy to plug the bass into this. Like I don't have to have all kinds of shit hooked up. I can just kind of, you know, mess with it. So I think that'll be fun, but cool.
Sweet, man.
All right, dude. Well, hopefully I will see you soon.
Hopefully
maybe we'll have some content from that. Make some content.
I really love the dog news music. It's too good.
Yeah. We downloaded that a minute before we started. So very prepared.
All right, man.
All right,
Have a
dude.
good night.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.